Good morning, dear students, and welcome back to online video lessons. I hope that you all are doing well. Next week onwards, we may start with online live classes. So, whatever we are continuing with and completing now with the recorded video lessons, I request you to complete the portion, complete the notes, as well as assignments. Go through the video lessons so that if you do have doubts, you can ask later on. In chemistry, we already are studying metals and non-metals, and we are continuing with chemical properties of metals. In the last class, we discussed displacement reaction of metals, reactivity series, and significance or application of reactivity series. Today we'll see reaction of metal with base. Usually the base taken here is alkali, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide. So when a metal reacts with a base, we get a salt along with the evolution of hydrogen gas. Let us take the example of aluminium. Aluminium when reacts with sodium hydroxide, which is a base, gives sodium aluminate, the salt, along with hydrogen gas. So when an alkali reacts with metal, it produces salt and hydrogen gas. General equation is alkali plus metal gives salt plus hydrogen. Examples also include sodium hydroxide, which reacts with metal zinc to give hydrogen gas along with sodium zincate the salt. The formula equation is two molecules of NaOH reacts with a molecule of zinc to give Na2ZnO2 sodium zincate plus hydrogen gas H2, a molecule of both salt as well as of hydrogen gas. Here sodium acts as positively charged ion cation and zincate ZnO2 minus minus acts as an ion. Hence the salt is ionic compound. Similarly, sodium aluminate and hydrogen gas are formed when sodium hydroxide reacts with aluminium metal. In order to balance the equation, we do consider water molecule present in sodium hydroxide for balanced chemical equation. If we have to show this through an activity where metals react with sodium hydroxide solution, we can take the metal zinc in a test tube containing sodium hydroxide solution, leaving it closed with the help of cord, attaching a delivery tube, the end of the delivery tube in a beaker containing soap water. Leaving the setup undisturbed for a while with the help of stand, after an hour we do observe bubbles arising from soap water. When we bring a burning candle near the bubbles extinguish with little explosion and characteristic pop sound. The characteristic pop sound helps us to test the release of hydrogen gas. Not all the metals react with bases. But why? Why do all bases not react with metal? They do not react because metals have basic properties. That is, they give rise to bases upon reaction with water, such as calcium when reacts with water, cold water, gives calcium hydroxide. Potassium reacts with cold water vigorously and gives potassium hydroxide. Sodium similarly reacts with cold water vigorously to give sodium hydroxide, whereas other metals either react with steam or hot water to give oxide, basic in nature, along with the release of hydrogen gas. Metals also react with oxygen to form metallic oxides, basic in nature. So, metal, which is already having basic properties, cannot react with another base to give new substances. But some of the metal oxides, which are amphoteric oxides, that react with both acids as well as alkali to form salt and water. This is neutralization reaction. The formation of salt and water which is a neutral substance, is the example of neutralization reaction here. If we consider zinc oxide, it is the example of amphoteric oxide, which reacts with both acids as well as bases to form salt and water. Here we will study the reaction of base. So particularly if zinc oxide reacts with sodium hydroxide, it gives a salt sodium zincate along with water molecule. Aluminium oxide is the another example of amphoteric oxide, which when reacts with base sodium hydroxide gives sodium aluminate along with water molecule. Metals also react with chlorine, that is a non-metal. Metals react with chlorine to form metallic chlorides. These metallic chlorides are ionic chlorides. In the formation of metal chlorides, the metal atoms lose electrons and become positively charged ions, whereas chlorine atoms gain electron given by the metal atoms and become negatively charged ions, chloride ions. In other words, metals form ionic chlorides because they can give the electrons to chlorine atoms to form ions. The metal chlorides are usually solid. These are having high melting and boiling points. When the solids dissolve in water to form the solution or get into molten state, then are able to conduct electricity. In solution or in molten state, the ions of the compound dissociate to conduct electricity. Thus, these solutions or molten state of metal chlorides are electrolytes. The metal chlorides are non-volatile and do not convert into vapors easily. Like for example, sodium is a metal, so sodium reacts with chlorine to form an ionic chloride called sodium chloride. Sodium is the electron donor here and chlorine is the recipient. Calcium is a metal which reacts vigorously with chlorine to form chloride called calcium chloride. Here also, calcium is the electron donor, whereas chlorine is the recipient. Magnesium on heating with chlorine readily forms magnesium chloride. Aluminium reacts with chlorine on heating to form aluminium chloride. Zinc combines directly with chlorine to form zinc chloride. Iron combines with chlorine when heated to form iron 3 chloride or ferric chloride. On heating, copper reacts with chlorine to form copper 2 chloride or cupric chloride. So all these metal chlorides are ionic compounds, which we also call electrovalent compounds. The next, reaction of metal with hydrogen. Metals generally do not react with hydrogen because metals form compounds by losing electrons which are to be accepted by other elements. And hydrogen also forms compound by losing electrons or by sharing of electrons. So normally A hydrogen atom does not accept the electrons given by a metal atom to form a compound. But only a few reactive metals like sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium react with hydrogen to form metal hydride. Here, the reactive metals can force the hydrogen atoms to accept electrons given by them and form salt-like solid compounds called metal hydrides. These metal hydrides are ionic compounds formed by the transfer of electrons from metal ions to hydrogen atoms. In a metal hydride, the hydrogen is present in the form of negative ion or anion, therefore is known as hydride ion. Let us consider the example here. When hydrogen gas is passed over heated sodium, then sodium hydride is formed. Formula equation is two molecules of sodium reacts with one molecule of hydrogen to give two molecules of sodium hydride. Similarly, when hydrogen gas is passed over heated calcium, then calcium hydride is formed. Formula equation is one molecule of calcium when reacts with one molecule of hydrogen gives one molecule of calcium hydride. Calcium hydride and sodium hydride are ionic compounds. Similarly, when hydrogen gas is passed over heated magnesium, then magnesium hydride is formed. And when hydrogen gas is passed over heated potassium, then potassium hydride is formed. This way, we have completed the chemical properties of metals. In our next class, we will start with chemical properties of nonmetals and formation of the compounds. Thank you.